a good group. Boy, we got a bunch today. I really love that. Hello again, everybody. Lance Wilson and Dave Brown. We're about ready to go with the big action of championship wrestling. And, David, we have one particular match that we haven't seen previously.
You're absolutely right. We're talking about a mixed match. And in this one, it'll be a man's and ladies match. And this one will include...
I said we haven't seen, but it's been a long time since we have. Yeah.
You're right. And it will include, in addition to Bill Superstar Dundee, who will be part of it, the AWA Ladies World Champion, Candy Devine, will be here in that match today. Before that, though, we've got a couple of tag team matches and single matches, too.
Why don't we take a look at some of the folks who are going to be here live or in person on Championship Wrestling. Here they are. Okay, we rattle that paper in your ear. By golly, I'll tell you what, got something else that'll rally you, too. We're about ready to go with our opening bout. We'll have Scott and Steve Armstrong out here for our first match. Want to bring in right now the holder of the AWA Southern Heavyweight title, Bill Superstar Dundee. He, of course, won the title right here on television and has been able to maintain it with the fact that he's got a bout coming up with a world champion before long.
I just thought I'd dress up to let y'all see what the new world champion's going to look like, Daddy. Jerry Lawler used to get around here, wear that southern belt and look like a bum. He'd wear some T-shirt that some redneck gave him to plug some store. Well, the superstar don't plug no stores. He don't get around like no bum. This is how I want you all to dress when you come to see me wrestle, okay?
Well, I know one thing, that Lawler is looking for an opportunity to get that title back before the World Championship comes
I imagine he is, but he ain't going to do it, brother, because I gave him his last title shot. Like I told him, on the 18th, I'm going to wrestle Ric Flair. I'm going to beat Ric Flair. And on the 19th, I will give Jerry Lawler his stinking little belt back.
Well,
now, when you stand out here and you tell everybody how great you are, that's called bragging, right?
That's right.
Well, I'm not a braggadocious type guy. Everybody knows I'm good looking. Everybody knows I can wrestle. Everybody knows I'm the sharpest dude in town. But if you get a friend who used to do it, and you call him out here and he does the bragging for you, it's not bragging, because my mama said, Bill, whatever you do, don't grow up to be bragging. Now, ask this guy right here. He'll tell you all you want to know about the Super.
Here's a guy that was looking for part of you not too very long ago, the masked superstar.
Well, we won't talk about that, but what I would like to say is, you know, when you come into an area, you try to make a name for yourself. And I went straight for Bill Dundee because I feel like he's the best. A lot of people said the King, Jerry Lawler, that's the man you want to get. Not me. I go straight for the best. And you know what I liked? I was sitting at home eating my Twinkies and drinking my soda pop last week on this TV station. And I got so excited, I wanted to run down here and tell Bill Dundee, you know, you're truly a superstar. What you did to Jerry Lawler last week on TV was the greatest thing I ever seen in my whole life. You know, and your people are lucky to see two superstars standing before you today. And in my book, you know, what I couldn't stand.
Just talk here for a little minute. Tell the people how great we are. You'll be my tag team. I got a little picture I want to show the people. Just talk to him for a minute, Lance. I'll be right back.
You know, what I couldn't understand is Jerry Lawler is a yellow dog. Bill Dundee came out here and wanted to have a match with a foul. But Jerry Lawler, he didn't want to do that. He wanted to stay back there and be the chicken that he is. But not me. Bill Dundee, Superstar Dundee, you stay with me, and we'll take on the foul.
This is Superstar number 2. This is Superstar number 1. Lancer, I was coming back from New Orleans the other day. I'm walking through the airport, and this dude walks up to me and says, Bill Dundee, I hear you're going to wrestle Ric Flair. I said, you're damn tootin', I'm going to wrestle Ric Flair. I done whooped Jerry Lawler for the price to do that. He said, brother, you look like $1 million. You said, I'm right, I'm like $1 million. He says, but are you happy? Are you happy inside? I said, yeah, I'm happy inside. I said, I got it all, man. I got fancy sports cars, women all over the place, the best booze you can drink, and live in a big, nice house. He said, but brother, is it in here? Do you feel it right there? I said, well, I just don't know. Some mornings I wake up and don't feel too good. He says, so, see this picture here, brother? Ric Flair. I got it all, Daddy. This guy's going to send his son to pray for Bill Dundee the night I wrestle you. So that means it's coming from above, right?
Well,
The guru himself. Take a look at this dude. I bought this book, and if y'all want to buy this book, I gave him a donation of $500 for it. You don't have to do that. Send me 25, and I'll send you a copy of it, okay? Now, but the main thing I'm telling you is, Lancer, his boy is going to be here. The guru's son's coming to sit ringside the night I wrestle Ric Flair. And we're going to put the hoobie-doobies on him, boy.
well, okay. You're looking at two superstars right here.
Stars right here. You know, and he can have it all. The Tag Team Championship, the Southern Heavyweight Championship, and the World title from Ric Flair. He can have it all.
A lot easier said than done, my friend. We've got wrestling in front of us, so it's time to get to the ring. Dave, we're opening up with a tag team action match, I believe.
You're absolutely right. Tag team action is coming up here, and we are waiting for a couple of young men from Marietta, Georgia, to step into the ring right now. Their opponent's already there. Here they come. Famous wrestling name. First, let's introduce their opponents to you, both out of Tupelo, Mississippi, at a total weight of 415 pounds. Wayne Blaylock and Jimmy Deal. And going against them from Marietta, Georgia, at 441 pounds total weight, the Armstrongs, Scott and Steve. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Your referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okie doke, the jacket's coming off, and we're about ready to go. It looks like Scott starting out first. Yeah, Scott's going. Bell time, and here we go, Dave.
All right, Blaylock and Deal. Got the work cut out for him here. Scott Armstrong backs him into the ropes. Break called for by referee Jerry Calhoun, and he gets it. Armstrong round behind. Nice move. Got him off his feet. Clean break called for by Jerry Calhoun. Clean break is exactly what he gets. In the ropes, and again a break call for. Coming up on the 1-minute mark. Scott Armstrong wraps up the arm. Drops down on the upper arm. Tag made. This will be Steve Armstrong coming in. Steve, a little bigger of the two brothers, both about the same size. Little height advantage to Steve. Armstrong's again making a tag. Oh, nice move. Armstrong's really working on that left arm. Ooh.
Blaylock having a hard start here as the Armstrong, really accomplished young guys. And you stop and figure how young these fellows are. But they've been around wrestling and had one of the best teachers in the business all of their lives.
Can't think of a better one than Bob Armstrong. You're right, their dad.
Jimmy Deal tenaciously tagging in there and going after Scott Armstrong. Scott tags over to Steve. Steve with a big elbow right down on the shoulder.
Armstrong's making the quick tag ins, tag outs. Good teamwork from the Armstrong brothers. Wow, what a kick. That's going to do it, looks like. Count is 2 and 3. Boy, he nailed him, no doubt about it, as he put him down with that backward kick.
Scott put that side kick up and just flat knocked his pins right out from under him. Okay, we got more action coming up. We're going to be getting to the Masked Superstar and Coco Ware right after we take time out for this. for it to go as the Masked Superstar hits the studio. Should be a whale of a single match, Dave. I think this ought to be a dandy. Here he comes, the Birdman, Coco Ware. Real response from the folks that are here in the studio to watch championship wrestling as the Birdman, Coco Ware, hits the studio, and we're about ready for it.
Hello, Dave. How you
Coco.
doing, baby?
All right.
Okay.
You all right today? Good
Okay,
to see you.
Coco. All right, bye-bye. We'll catch him a little later as he hops up in the ring, and here's the introduction.
All right, this one's going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit. From parts unknown at 237 pounds, that is the Masked Superstar. And going against him from Union City, Tennessee, 222 pounds, Coco Ware. This one is going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, the outer gear of the Masked Superstar comes off, and bell time. We're off and running. Ought to be a dandy of a single. We're going to find out as a single wrestler just what the Masked Superstar has got as Coco goes in behind, dumps him down on the takedown. He gets over to the ropes, and that'll be a break.
Tell you what, you got to go with Coco Ware as being at least a slight favorite in this one, I would think. Superstar has not been in the area that long, but from what we've seen, we know what Coco Ware can do.
Well, you got that right, and I guess we really ought to call him, instead of the Masked Superstar, Superstar number 2.
Number
since
2,
the
I guess,
announcement, Dundee and Masked Superstar going to team up, and Billy's going to be Superstar number 1. He's going to be Superstar number 2. And the ropes again provide an outlet for Superstar number 2. Coco circling, ties it up. Yeah, you're right, Dave. I don't know that much. I've heard of his reputation and all, and seen him for the past couple of weeks. We know that Coco is some kind of an athlete just in general, and a whale of a professional wrestler in specific. And in addition to that, we know that this sucker can get mean if the necessity takes it on and it calls for it where he has to. He's got one arm in a hammer, and he pops the other one back. He's got the Superstar down, face down on the mat.
Well, that's going to take some work on the Superstar's part to get out of that. Coco putting a little extra pressure on the upper part of the arm that he's got hammered up.
Oh, you got that right. Big crowd today for championship wrestling, as we've got a mixed man and ladies tag match coming up as our main event of the day. We'll be seeing Sherry Martel, who will be one of the ladies that will be here, in the AWA Ladies World Champ. Candy Devine will be in our big main event. Coco Ware had difficulty in holding. Well, he's got that rope again. Give him credit for that. That's a lot of the fans, when they don't like you, will holler, chicken, chicken, all that. Hey, that's smart.
Oh, yeah, that's the easiest way to get out of a hole with the least amount of damage many times. Superstar pleading his case to the crowd. I think, as has been the case in so many times past, you better concentrate on your opponent in there.
Superstar's got, what, 12, 15-pound advantage over Coco.
Yeah, he does. He has a height advantage and a sizable weight advantage on him.
Coco Ware. Hook that toe up there. Pull that arm back as he sat down and holds it right in the hammer position.
Coco has really kept the pressure on that left arm throughout this match. We're now a little over 3 minutes into the fall, and Coco has had that left arm up behind his back most of the match.
It's kind of interesting sometimes, I think, Dave, to see how matches develop, because Coco is primarily not a mat wrestler. He's up and moving and drop kicking, and he's around, and boy, he can do everything in the world, including the brain buster on you. And in this particular case, he's been working with the Masked Superstar's face down, and now he's with a top wrist lock. Look like, yeah, he's going around behind again with that hammer, and he puts him back down on the mat again. Hooks that toe in there, and he'll sit it down on the hammerlock. Masked Superstar. Best move thus far is getting to the rope and getting out of trouble. But Koko took him over to the rope that time. Picks him back up with a bar on the arm. And Koko fired over. Once again, rolls it into a hammerlock.
Tell you what, Koko, as you said, this is not generally his style of wrestling, but it could be kind of like the running game and the passing game in football. If he can get the Superstar thinking about that left arm and trying to protect it, that may open up the drop kicks to him and even the brainbuster later on in the match.
Good point. Well taken as Koko continues to work on that left arm. We're coming up on the 5-minute mark of action. One fall, 15-minute time limit bout. The Masked Superstar on the deck. Koko Ware has his one arm in a hammer and the other arm hooked, pulling back to put pressure. Referee Jerry Calhoun, Championship Wrestling. In our second bout of the day, if you just joined us, you missed Scott and Steve Armstrong in an impressive win in their opening match. Once again, the rope used to good advantage by the Masked Superstar.
Koko Ware back. The Superstar is saying, get him back even further. Let me get to my feet. He's on his feet, and he's thinking about that arm. He's shaking it, trying to get the circulation going back in it the right way. Koko wrapping it over the top rope.
Well, obviously a call for a break, but he achieved what he wanted to. He popped that rope on that arm, and that hurt.
Superstar has Koko back in the corner. That's also going to call for a break.
Ooh, and not a clean one.
No.
As he drives a knee to the midsection of Ware.
And then followed with a right hand across the back of the neck. Reversal by Koko.
Koko Ware dropping down as Bill Dundee comes out here. Yes, Bill. You had some comments to make?
Yeah, I got some comments to make. I just come out here to add a little class to this show. No, I'm not taking nothing off Koko. Koko's a great wrestler, brother, but I'm the greater one. I'm just coming out here to give you my expert opinion.
Well, okay. The wearer of the Southern Heavyweight belt has certain privileges which he exercises, and so Bill Dundee is out here with us today.
Well, that's if you want any opinion on wrestling, who is the best, asking the champion, right?
Well, you saw a good wrestling move right there. It looks like your new partner could use a little tutelage right there. A little.
Well, you remember the rope-a-dope trick that old Muhammad Ali did? All he's going to do is tire Koko out, and when he tires him out, brother, he's going to beat him.
Well, I hope he doesn't hold his breath till he tires Koko Ware out.
Well, we'll
good
see
athlete.
about that, Daddy. Well, the Superstar, too, is a good athlete. He's going to crank it up in a minute. You just wait and see what I tell you.
He's driving that shoulder to the midsection right now. Snap mares Koko over the shoulder and
But
down
I've never
on the
sold
deck.
Koko short. You know that. Koko's a great athlete. I'll be the first to tell you that. But I just think the Superstar's a little bit better.
Well, he's a little bit bigger, we'll give you that much. And, boy, he's got it going right now. Count of 1, 2. He'll never get that. All right. Got his right shoulder up in time. But he did kind of scare Koko. Big body slam from the Masked Superstar. Drops with another elbow.
I think this is it, Lance. 2.
And Koko kicks out. Masked Superstar now making some moves on Koko Ware with the backdrop. Woo. Ware being pounded around pretty good at the moment. Koko had things going pretty well his way for a while.
Now, you tell me that wasn't a good move, Lance Russell. You tell me that.
Good backbreaker, dropped him down, got a 2 count, and that's as far as he could go. I think the Masked Superstar thought he had him that time, Dave.
I think he did, too. I think that's the second time he thought he could hold him for the 3 count, and he just couldn't do it.
Drops him down on the top rope, draws a reprimand from the referee.
I didn't think old Harry Duty here could talk. Now he talks. I didn't know you could talk, Dave, unless you was talking about the weather.
Count of 1, 2, and the Masked Superstar He has been good to the 2 count. Whoa!
Tell me that's legal, Lance. As he kicks him with the point of the boot, you tell me that's legal.
Well, the referee seemed to think it was the top of the boot. Ware coming back. He knows how to throw that fist, Dane.
That's more the Coco style of wrestling, more fast moving.
That's legal, not punching like that, Lance. That's a lot.
Oh, it is not legal, and the referee so warned him. He's kind of paying back a little. Slips in behind.
Right now.
Takes him to the rope. Could be it. Oh. And as the superstar kicks him out of there with that extra weight he's got. Big flop kick. All right, Bill.
Wait a minute,
Stay
Bill.
away from the ring. Dundee knocked off the ring apron. Masked superstar rolls him. 2, 3, got him. As Dundee distracted Coco Ware, had no business on the ring apron. The masked superstar slips in behind, rolls him up into a pin, and comes out with a victory.
He does indeed. The time on it was 9 minutes, 54 seconds.
Okay, more action coming up, and don't forget the mixed man and ladies tag match later in the match as Coco Ware is defeated. Monday night action coming up down at the Mid-South Coliseum. Of course, starts at 8 o'clock. Tickets will be on sale at the Coliseum all day long on Monday. Of course, you can get your tickets today at the Ticketmaster locations, and the action will be, of course, at regular prices. Outstanding bunch of bouts. I think that you're going to be interested in seeing. The opening match will be Coco Ware going against Bota, the Witch Doctor. We've seen them going against each other in one previous match, and boy, I'll tell you, that was a dandy. So this ought to be another good single match. Tojo Yamamoto will be going against Jerry Bryant in a single. And then Scott and Steve Armstrong will be involved in a bout with Tom Pritchard and Pat Rose. Now, these 4 young gentlemen have been involved in 2 matches thus far. The first one was a 1-fall 15-minute time limit bout. The next was a 1-fall 30. Both of them have gone to a draw, and the Armstrongs certainly have not felt any satisfaction by having a draw against the 2 guys that put their dad out of wrestling, Pritchard and Rose. This time, no time limit. That means we're not going to have to worry about sitting there and whether time's going to run out. Boy, we've seen 2 good matches between them. This one will be a dandy with a no time limit. Pritchard and Rose against the Armstrongs. Then Jerry the King Lawler will be involved in a single match. Check that and make that the international title bout. That'll have Phil Hickerson, who won his title back from the Stomper, going against Taurus Bulba. And I think you'll find Tom Ernesto in the corner with Bulba. Hickerson defending against Taurus Bulba as he now has that international belt back. Then the King will be involved in a match. It'll have Tom Ernesto, that's given Lawler some hard times as manager of the Stomper, and not only has just simply talked to him in the last bout that we saw with him, boy, he really got involved physically with it, and Lawler will have a anybody and everybody. He's going to have his opportunity to show what he can do. This time not with Lawler as his partner, though, and he may find that somewhat of a different story as Bill Dundee and the Masked Superstar will be teaming up to go against Stan and Steve, the fabulous ones, in the big main event of that Monday night action of championship wrestling. Make your plans. Come on down early. We hope to see you there Monday night for the action. The fabulous ones had some comments to make about Bill Dundee and the match that's coming Monday. Let's listen.
You know, I'm sure all you people in Memphis are going to hear Bill Dundee smarting off again today and talking about who's chicken and who's not. Probably Jerry Lawler and probably the Fabs. He's probably going to be running us down real good. Well, Bill Dundee, we realize there's one thing you want, and that's an opportunity to come in and take as many belts as you can possibly get. Well, you started with Jerry Lawler's, and let me tell you something. We realize that you're going to come in here with the idea that you're going to walk right over the Fabs, too, and get their belts. But you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, you know, Bill Dundee. Obviously, you don't want to put that Southern title up on the line anymore. You're just going to sit on it for 30 days. And there's one thing you want. There's another set of belts, and here they are, brother. But you know, if it's good for you, it's good for us. So we're not about to put our titles on the line against you and some nobody that we don't have any idea if he's got the credibility to even step in as a tag team partner. We're going to do the same thing you're doing, Bill Dundee. We're going to put it and we're going to sit on it. And if you want an opportunity, any given night, if you want an opportunity to get these tag team belts, all you got to do is put that Southern belt on the line against one of us, and then it's all yours. You'll get that title shot. What do you think, Stan?
That sounds good, Bill. Let me tell the people of Memphis something, and also Bill Dundee something. You know, Monday night, there's not going to be any pressure on the Fabs or Bill Dundee's team. You know why? Because no belts will be at stake. You know what this means? This means that Stan and Steve can go out there completely relaxed and just concentrate on one thing, and that's kicking some booty. And for the past 5 months, the people of Memphis know that all Steve and Stan have done, every time we've walked towards that squared circle there in the Mid-South Coliseum, we've gone out there to fight. And I think, without bragging, I think we fight just as good, or if not better, than anybody else around here, because we've had plenty of darn practice. I'm talking about boards, chains, chairs, you name it, we've done it. Let me tell you something, Bill Dundee. You come out there at TV Saturday and act like a guy who's about 6'8", when really you're about 5'4". You must have put on some real big, tall platform shoes. You must have thought you were really tough all of a sudden, because you came out there and you shoved Steve Kern and Stan Lane. Well, you don't do that, brother. We just had a phone call from Jackie Fargo, and he told us, he said, I'm really surprised. I'm really let down with my Fabs. You let some little jerk shove you, and not only that, you let some little guy go out there in the ring and strut around. He's doing my strut, boys. What do you think about that? Well, we said, Jackie, it won't happen again. And I'm going to make a promise. I know Steve feels the same way I do. Bill Dundee, little bantam rooster, if you go out there and you try to strut one time Monday night, we're going to knock your teeth down to your toes, brother. We're going to teach you a lesson, Bill Dundee. We don't like little goofy jerks like you coming around here after all the reputation we've established and try to shove us around and try to say something like that about us. Let me tell you something. Monday night, you get ready. We're going to whip you and whip you good.
At least you had the opportunity to hear the interview with the fabulous one.
Just let me tell all you rednecks out there something. There's two kinds of people in this world, brother. There's weasels and there's weasel slappers, and you're looking at two weasel slappers. Now, they stand out here. Now, just let get a picture of this. Just let me ask you this now. What month's this, Lance Russell?
Well, this is October.
October. They both have suntans like they've just come back from Florida, and everybody knows they ain't been there. They've been right here where there's no sun. So they lay in a sunbed all day. Now, they get up and they comb their hair real pretty in the morning. What's left of Steve Kern? It's all falling out in the front. And they have some old bleached blonde, Jackie Fargo, telling them that they're great. And they're believing it. No, what you guys are, Jack, is steroid freaks. You take that little needle, shove it in your booty, push the end of it, and that blows you up. Well, that's nothing, brother. That's a figment of your imagination. You're looking at a real man, Daddy. Now, Ronnie Millslap can see that I'm not 6'4", and Ray Charles could also see that I'm not 5'4". I've told you for years. 5'7", 207 pounds, the toughest pound-for-pound wrestler there is, right?
You're a tough one, I'll say that.
Okay, now, I never claimed to be a giant. I just claim to be great at what I do. And Superstar 2 is great at what he does. Now, Steve Kern and Stan Lane, you're going to look awful foolish Tuesday morning when you go home and somebody says, well, who won last night, Stevie? Some little girl with green teeth runs up and says, who won last night? And they're going to hang their heads and they're going to say, little Billy Dundee and the Superstar won. Now, how are you going to feel coming out here telling the people how small I am and how big you are when I'm going to whoop you, boy? You're going to look like a fool. Now, just let me tell you all something. Jerry Lawler chickened out, and him and I run this place for 10 years. Me and Lawler was the kings there was, Daddy. Whenever they wanted somebody beat up, they put Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee, and we did it. But Lawler's lost it, man. He's an old, fat man. He couldn't beat Ric Flair. I'm going to do that. Steve Kern, Stan Lane, some other old man, Jackie Fargo, sits out there, and he picks up the telephone, and he says, Dundee's doing the strut better than I'm doing. That's right, Daddy, because I'm just a young athlete, Fargo. Now, why don't you show up, old man, and I'll beat your brains out, just like we're going to beat Stan and Steve. Now, talk to my man.
Well, there's not a whole lot to say except
he said it all. But what we do is we walk down the mall, you know, and you see these girls. As we pass, they say, who is that? Boy, they sure do have class. But all the women you got around here look like they finished last in a pit bull contest. That's what kind of women hang around with the Fabs. They get out here and they talk about how big and bad, and they're going to slap somebody's teeth down to their feet. But yet they don't have guts enough to put that title up. That's what it's all about. Here's guts right here. and we'll prove it.
Now, I just want to leave you with this. I just want to live. Now, honestly, all you people sitting back there, hey, Fatso, I'm talking to you. Put the paper down, pulling back that bowl of grits, and that little old lady running around serving you. Take a look at your TV screen, and can you honestly say they can look as good as I do, Lance? No, and they can't wrestle nor fight. We're going to beat you.
The superstars.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Billy. You better be sure of your partner, because you're going against a couple of guys that have honed their teeth well on the sheep herders, and you see how tough the Fabs are. We'll be seeing it all Monday night. Back in just a moment. Tommy Rogers, Bobby Fulton, those names familiar?
Yes, indeed. We've seen them both before.
By golly, they were right here on Championship Wrestling, and they have joined together and have formed a team called the Fantastics. And by golly, we're glad to say they're coming back toward this area as a tag team. Let's take a look at them right now. The Fantastics.
Man, it's hot out here, Tom. I wish somebody would come by and pick us up, man. I do too. You know, we got to get downtown. That's where all the girls are. You ain't lying, brother.
Tommy Rogers, Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics, and we'll be looking for them coming back this way. Tom Pritchard.
Yeah, you know, here looks like a couple more pretty boys, a couple more guys that come out to nice videos, real nice music, waving at all those pretty little girls. Well, let me tell you, that makes me sick. The Armstrongs were a couple of pretty boys, and you saw what we did to them. Neither one of them can wrestle. Talking about the Armstrongs, I'm the only one with the super kick around here. Don't you forget it, and don't you forget it.
Uh-huh. Well, there's Tom Pritchard making his comments in there. Somehow I don't seem to remember that they did anything to the Armstrongs.
No, I don't either.
All I can say. Okay, we're ready to go with the next bout, Dave.
All right, this one's going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing at a total weight of 423 pounds, both from Mississippi, Jerry Garman and Benny Traylor. And going against him at a total weight of 450 pounds, from Pensacola, Florida, Pat Rose. And from Houston, Texas, Tom Pritchard. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, Pat Rose starting out right there. We're off and running on a one fall, 15-minute time limit.
All right, Pat Rose in there right now. He and his partner, Tom Pritchard, favorites in the match. Going against Jerry Garman, Benny Traylor, a couple of young wrestlers that have had some tough opponents in their appearances with us here on Championship Wrestling. Referee wanted a break. Didn't see exactly why, but break call for it. He got it nonetheless. Ooh, Rose really blasted him with that forearm. Into the boot of Tom Pritchard over in the corner. Pritchard in there now. Pritchard proclaiming this to be pure wrestling. Tag made. Pat Rose coming in. Pat Rose with a suplex. Cover. Rose picks him up. Count of one. He did not really go for the 3 count. I don't know if he could have held him down for a 3 count or not. But he didn't try. Slaps him down across the chest. Pritchard coming back in. Team of Pritchard and Rose making lots of noise. Part of the noise from the words of Tom Pritchard. Jerry Garman, Benny Traylor needing a tag. They're over close to the corner. Can't get to it, though. Pritchard got him turned back the other way now, away from the corner. The slam by Tom Pritchard. Follows with the lower leg. Covers. Down is one, and one is all he gets. Coming up on 2.5 minutes gone in the match. One fall match, 15 minutes overall the time limit. And Pat Rose lets them make a tag. Garman and Traylor finally get a tag for the first time in the match. Pat Rose with a body slam. Goes to the rope. Drops down with the upper arm. Count is one. Well, at the 1 count again, he breaks the cover. Big forearm. Pat Rose. Boy, Rose vicious today. Most days he is. Tom Pritchard in there now. Pritchard kicking him in the head. Oh, nice move as Pritchard goes down to the mat. Garman and Traylor, though, just have not had many moves in this match. Offensive moves. They've just been trying to keep getting their heads beat in.
Pritchard and Rose are a doggone good tag team. Pritchard and Rose have a lot of good moves. We just, like so many of them, they feel like the way to go is to make an attitude that is offensive enough that they're going to be noticed, and they have done that. Pat Rose in there with Jerry Garman as Rose takes him back to the ropes, fires him across the ring. Oh, power slam, yeah. Dandy. He's kind of the enforcer of the two guys. Pritchard gets around a little quicker and all and does most of the talking, but Rose, he's the big muscle man of the group.
Now Pritchard waits for him to get up and then side kicks him down to the mat. Cover.
That's it.
Made it stick that time. Count of 3. 4 minutes, 20 seconds of action. Jerry Garman gets pinned, and it's Tom Pritchard and Pat Rose winning it.
We're going to take time out. We'll be back with plenty of action yet to go. The mixed man and ladies tag match a little bit later on.
Now you can get both TV and VCR plus a free blank cassette for one low payment. At Color Time, of course. Choose our 19-inch TV with enclosed VCR or our 25-inch console with separate VCR. Either way, you get Color Time's 5-year limited television warranty. Check out our 3-for-1 offer today. The best deals, the best dealers, the best warranty. No wonder we're America's largest rent-own system.
Get what you want at Color Time.
Call Color Time today. Ask about a new 5-year limited television warranty.
In Cajun country, the food's got to talk loud to be noticed. So the cooking's special. That's why I became a gourmet Cajun cook. And why Churches and I created.
Hey, is that us? Okay, we got some more action still to go. We got this big single match and that mixed man and ladies tag match coming up a little bit later on. Bout Jerry Lawler, Tom Renesto, kind of an unusual pairing. Let's hear what Tom Renesto had to say about that action.
Lawler, I've dedicated my life to this business, and you are not going to do anything to take it away from me. I'm going to tell you something else. As I said, regardless of what the people think about me, regardless of whether they like me, regardless of whether they think I've got a chance against you, brother, you know I've got a chance against you because I'm a man. I'm a man that's going to face you. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to rip you. I'm going to do everything humanly possible to hurt you. You know, recently, the Stomper, I invented something that no one else has got in this business. I gave it to the Stomper against Phil Hickerson. Had he used it properly, Phil Hickerson would be walking around right now with a white cane selling pencils on a street corner. That's where I intend on putting you, Lawler. Remember, I'm the inventor of the thing that the Stomper used against Phil Hickerson. I'm also a man, Lawler, and I'm going to dedicate my life to destroying you. I'm going to put you on a street corner selling pencils, walking around with a white cane.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that about Lawler. I'll tell you one thing, he better be awful careful climbing in that ring with the cane, because after what he did to Lawler in that last match, it involved the Stomper, and he involved himself in it. And it's true that that veil that the Stomper put over Hickerson's eyes temporarily put Phil out of the action so that he did lose the international belt. He's regained it since that time. But I'm sure he'll be counting on things like that. Won't be the first time Lawler's seen anything like it. Let's see what we can hear from Jerry.
You know, every now and then you get a match that, well, seems almost too good to be true. One that you really look forward to. One that you know you're going to enjoy. I say every now and then because those kind of matches don't come around too often. But Monday night, Eddie Marlin brought me a contract for a match with Tom Renesto. Now, I got to admit, at first I thought it was a joke. I thought Eddie was just trying to make me laugh or something. But then I read the contract. Tom Renesto has challenged me to a match. Well, I sat down and I thought about it. And obviously, Tom Renesto, you know, apparently he knows what he's doing. Apparently, he's still got his faculties about him. I guess. But Tom, I think you better look in the mirror, take a good long look at yourself. Now I know one thing. I'm going to tell the people something that they may not know. I checked into his background. Tom Renesto, of course, is a former wrestler. He wrestled for many years. One of a famous tag team, not the one that appeared in the Memphis area, but as the Assassins. He and a guy by the name of Jody Hamilton, and they were a very successful tag team. But that's years ago, Tom. You can't relive the past. Now, I know you're upset about losing your job and all of this kind of stuff, and I know you're real mad at me about that. But before you make the mistake of your life, you better, as I said, take a good long look in the mirror, and then take a good long look at me, and think about what you're doing. Because once we get in that ring, if you go through with this match, when that bell rings, brother, then I'm going to forget about what an old man you are, and I'm going to forget about what a washed-up has-been you are, and I'm going to beat you like the dog that you are. Now, I promise you this, Tom Renesto. If you don't back out of this match today, right here on television, then I can guarantee you this. It'll be the last time you ever set foot in a wrestling ring again. When I get through with you Monday night, you may get better, but you'll never get well. I can promise you that.
Okay, he had backed out of it, and the action is coming up Monday night. Renesto and Lawler will be involved in that match. Hey, what's happening around the area, Dave?
A lot of action coming up in the next few weeks. I have one postponement to tell you about, though. Paris, Tennessee. Match is originally scheduled for tonight. That's been rescheduled, and a date will be announced. We'll announce it later.
Will not take place tonight.
Will not be tonight, though. Paris, Tennessee, but will be rescheduled in the future. So stay tuned for further details on that one. Tomorrow night, there will be championship wrestling in Jonesboro, Arkansas. It'll be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night at the American Legion Arena. Fabulous ones are on the card. The Sheep Herders will be there. The Armstrong brothers, Scott and Steve, and here's Bill Dundee.
Brad, I just come out here to add a little class. Didn't I tell you about Lawler? Didn't I just tell you? He sends in an interview with a stinking sweatshirt on, Lawler. Get a little class, Daddy. Now, I'm going to have all the class in the world in Jonesboro tomorrow. It was originally booked against the Mongolian Stomper against Phil Hickerson in Jonesboro. Well, fat boy, fat redneck, I'm taking the Stomper's place. I'm coming over to Jonesboro to whip you for your international belt. So I'll be the international champion, the Southern champion, and the world's champion. And all the other places Eddie Marlin books me, I'm going to go, Lance Russell, just before November 18th, so I can see all the folks before I win the world's belt.
Well,
Now,
you got it
I
all
just got
mapped
something
out.
else. Hey, Lawler, if you're going to bet, don't bet on Ernesto. Don't sell him short.
You got that?
I think so.
Okay.
He's going to be in Jonesboro tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Bill Dundee, you see his name, the superstar #1, will be there in Jonesboro. Friday night, November 1st, Championship Wrestling will be in Blytheville, Arkansas, at the American Legion Arena there. Tickets are available, and you see who will be there, including the King, Jerry Lawler. That's Friday in Blytheville, Arkansas. On Friday the 1st, too, in Stuttgart, Arkansas, Championship Wrestling action. Fabulous Ones are included on that card. Sheep Herders will be there in Tom Renesto's Stuttgart, Friday the 1st. Saturday the 2nd in Ripley, Tennessee, up at the high school. Included on that card will be a kickboxing dog collar match. That sounds interesting. Fabulous Ones are going to be there. That is in Ripley, Tennessee. Oh, I see. There's two matches. There's going to be a dog collar match and a kickboxing.
That's where the collar's around the neck and the chain, you know, kind of like the Indian strap, except that it involves the neck. And then the kickboxing obviously has got to involve Stan Lane.
Absolutely, would have to. And that should be something else over there. That is going to be in Ripley, Saturday the 2nd. Sunday the 3rd, Jackson, Tennessee. Another spectacular card planned for Jackson. It'll be Sunday night, November 3rd. And you already see some of the folks who are going to be there. The box office will be open that day at 12 noon for advanced ticket sales. Friday, November 8th in Camden, Tennessee at the high school. Lawler will be there. Also on the 8th in Hohenwald, Tennessee at the elementary school. Fabulous Ones included on that card. Saturday, November 9th, Truman, Arkansas. On Friday, November 15th, Championship Wrestling will be in Fulton, Mississippi. And on Saturday, let's see, yeah, there we go, Fulton, Mississippi. And on Saturday, November 16th, Championship Wrestling will be in Water Valley, Mississippi. That's just a look at the action coming up. We're going to be back with more action right here in just a moment. Almost a Miami Vice look, I guess. Jerry Bryant here for the new look. A one fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing first his opponent from Memphis, Tennessee at 216 pounds, Jim Jamison. And going against him, also from Memphis, Tennessee, 218 pounds, this is Jerry Bryant. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun will referee.
Whenever he's going to wrestle with that hat on, he's got the coat off, and he's taking off his earring.
Earring now, yeah. And he's got little glove on the right hand.
Very dapper today. Jerry Bryant will be going against Jim Jamison. Ought to be a good single match. We're ready for it. Referee Jerry Calhoun says, do it to it. Here we go.
Should be good action. A couple of guys who generally do not wrestle in championship-type matches, but both of them are wrestlers with lots and lots of experience in tough matches.
Yeah, you know, that's an interesting point, too, Dave. You called it just right. Look at that Jamison go. Boy, nice backdrop. These guys have been up against the best in the country.
They have indeed. They often find themselves mismatched, or in years past have. So this is an opportunity to come in here and say, all right, we've got a good shot of winning this match. Neither one of us could be considered a favorite here. Let's just go at it. And I suspect that's what we're going to see in this match. Jerry Bryant has never lacked for confidence. I don't care who you put him against. I guess you could book him against Ric Flair, and he would go in there honestly feeling that he could win the match. And he would tell the crowd he was going to win the match, too. He's got Jamison back on the ropes right now. Referee wants a break. Bryant whips him across the ring. Jamison ducks under, gets a drop kick. Not the best I ever saw, but boy, it was effective.
He had to adjust in the middle of that thing because Bryant was bent over. He was down underneath what would have been the normal drop kick. And so Jamison had to kind of make an adjustment. I was surprised he made any kind of adjustment to make contact. He did and got him down. One of the great assets that Bryant has is his speed. Now, you can see, and it may not be readily apparent. I think if you watch him long enough, you will certainly see it. This guy can really fly, brother, and he will give you headaches. popping up in front of you and back of you and everywhere. Jerry Bryant, Jim Jamison tying it up. Jamison slips into a standing side headlock. Bryant right off that left hip as he picks Jamison up. Dumps him back down. Good move by Bryant.
It was. The suplex was very effective at that point in breaking out of the headlock for Jerry Bryant. We're just past 2 minutes in this one. That right fist will usually be effective if you can land it, and Bryant did.
Bryant keeps picking him up by the hair and using the fist. The referee getting on him about that. Bryant, who along with what Dave indicated was a plentiful supply of confidence, does like the hot dog, and he gets out and rags the crowd and all of that. Well, he picked him up. I thought he was going into a fireman's carry throw, but he held him up on the shoulders and slammed him with a slam right back behind. Drove Jamison down into the mat.
Came up with a handful of hair again. Flying clothesline. Boy, he had all kinds of momentum going in each direction. Bryant was flying forward, had Jamison coming off the ropes meeting him, and he just hooked him with that arm. A lot of hair pulling by Bryant.
Bryant has Jamison back down on the mat again, and he's feeling very confident. I think the word probably is cocky applying to Jerry Bryant as he picks him up again by the hair. And Bulldog runs Jamison right down into the mat, and the referee getting on him.
Yeah, it looked for a minute like he was going to run him into the turnbuckles, but he was about 3/4 of the way across the ring. It was a Bulldog, and he dropped him down. Slam. Bryant has pretty well controlled this one. Over near the ropes. Count starts. Bryant using the ropes for a little extra leverage, and he got the 3 count. 4 minutes, 1 second, and Jerry Bryant comes away with the win over Jimmy Jamison.
There's a case where Jim Jamison didn't realize how close to the ropes he was, but Bryant did. Jamison could have used the rope. He didn't realize how close he was, and Bryant hooked a leg over it on the pin. Ends up with a 1-2-3, the winner, Jerry Bryant.
The cooling systems in today's cars are made with aluminum. But does your antifreeze protect that aluminum from the damage of rust, pitting, and corrosion? This one does. Peak Antifreeze and Coolant's unique patented formula helps protect all the metals in your car's cooling system, including aluminum. For the way cars are made today, you need the protection of Peak.
Get a $3 manufacturer's coupon at these fine stores.
Steve Wright for BC Powder.
You gotta respect electricity!
When you're out working late,
You let a headache take your mind off what you're doing, and you're gonna get hurt.
you're feeling the ache.
I've been sold on BC for years, because it starts to work quicker than other things I've tried.
That's the time to take BC.
And it's important to knock a headache out fast, especially when folks are depending on you.
When the pain keeps growing, but you gotta keep going.
I gotta keep going.
That's the time to take BC.
BC, when you gotta keep going.
Hi, I'm Tom Gibson, Tom Gibson Ford, West Memphis. Talk about savings. The big news at Tom Gibson Ford, we can sell you a new 1986 Ford car truck for less than a 1985 model. Remember our famous guarantees, a free undercoat or $100 in cash if you can beat our deal. By all means, write down and compare our prices with 12.5% APR financing, new or used. Shop our rebates and discounts and come see our Ford supermarket where Fords cost less. Tom Gibson Ford, West Memphis.
A hot air balloon travels across Africa in search of a missing explorer on the TV5 Saturday Shocker.
Never mind the grapnel. Get aboard. They're coming.
Arthur Thompson stars in Flight of the Lost Balloon today at 1 on TV5.
for our big main event. We've been looking forward to this one all week long. First time in quite some time, Dave, that we have had a mixed man and ladies tag match. And Sherry Martel and Bill Dundee will be going against Candy Devine and... well, it's supposed to be Tojo.
That's right. Yeah, Tojo's not here today, but I'm kind of glad because I want to get even with Dundee. You see what he caused today. He caused me to lose the match because Dundee can't beat me. Also, the Masked Superstar can't beat me. I'm going to prove Dundee right now that I can beat him any day of the week and the Superstar.
Okay, Candy, we're glad to have you here. She's off and ready to go to the ring. And, boy, Coco in there in place of Tojo because he's got some business to settle up.
That ain't around, Daddy.
Sherry Martel, Bill Dundee against Candy Devine and Coco, and I believe they're sitting on ready, Dave.
I think they're ready to go. This one's going to be an expiration of time match. Coco Ware, of course, you know well from Union City, Tennessee. His partner, Candy Devine, is the AWA Ladies World Champion. She has the belt on right up there in the ring. And that's Sherry Martel just stepped up on the apron. Her partner, Bill Dundee, superstar #1, and they are most upset because Dundee earlier had interfered in a match involving Coco, and Coco is looking for him with a chair right now.
Oh, Sherry Martel about to get in between Coco and Dundee, and now Martel and Candy Devine. As a matter of fact, Sherry Martel challenged for, she was one of the high-ranked ladies. Whoa, the referee says let him go for that world title. And Candy Devine beat her. I wanted to talk to Candy. We haven't had a chance really to introduce her to our audience. But Coco was so steamed up, we never really got a chance to get her over here and say hi. The count is going.
Right. Got a 10 count to get back up there because the bell has sounded. This match officially underway. Sherry Martel stepping back in. I guess the ladies are going to start this one. They already have.
Yeah. In the blue, Sherry Martel on the right, Candy Devine, the champion, on the left. Sherry wrestles out of New Orleans.
New Orleans, right. And Candy is out of Nashville.
Yowza! Candy, a Tennessean, and boy, she has come a long way. Look at Dundee holding the arm. I was wondering what in the world. I knew Martel didn't hit her that hard. She was on the ropes, and Dundee was holding her back on her. Now he grabs the leg. Look at Dundee. On the left of your picture, you can see his hands there holding on to the leg as Coco Ware now comes in. Candy Devine turns her around, whips her across the ring, catches her in the midsection. Big backdrop from Candy Devine. Kind of chunks her across the ring and follows with a double hand.
Candy Devine flips her back into the middle of the ring. Another flip. I think he's got her by the hair. Sherry Martel took a swing at her with the right hand and missed. Now Sherry looking toward the corner for the tag on Bill Dundee. If she gets the tag, that will mean that Candy would have to step out, and Coco would be in there going against Dundee. There's the tag.
Dundee took the tag and jumped in there. I don't know that he was remembering that Coco Ware had to come in at the same time.
I think he had a little bit of a lapse there and wasn't realizing what he was doing. He goes under the ropes, down onto the floor. Coco Ware chasing him. Dundee just bailed out of there. Now they want to call timeout.
No time.
Dundee on the apron. Coco flips him right back over. Hammers him in the top of the head with a right fist.
We talked to Bill earlier, and he was talking about pound for pound, I'm the toughest guy around, and I wouldn't dispute that. I don't think we would ever deny that, Dave, that this guy is certainly one of the toughest guys pound for pound. But he's in there with another guy that fits in the same category, not one of your super giants. He's a 220-pounder, stocky and hard like Dundee. And, brother, I'll tell you what, Coco Ware will give you a fit. Dundee saying, wait a minute, just let me get adjusted here. Let me get adjusted.
Coco just waiting for him right out there in the middle of the ring. Dundee face locks him. Coco breaking out of that. Candy Devine with a little assist for Coco Ware. Dundee back to talk to Sherry Martel as if to say what happened there. Coco wades into the battle in the center of the ring. Dundee waving Sherry in. Coco steps back, and Sherry Martel, Bill Dundee both went to the mat. Dundee and Sherry Martel both most unhappy. Coco. And come on, Dundee. Billy Dundee hanging back close to the corner. Coming up on the 5-minute mark of this first fall of action, expiration of time match. Men's and ladies tag team. Sherry Martel around to console Bill Dundee.
I think you got your business back in the ring, not out here. Dundee back up. Coco Ware waiting on him as Sherry Martel in the corner.
Sherry Martel starting into the ring. Candy Devine across the way, keeping an eye on her.
Boy, and she keeps a good eye on her. I've been watching that through the match. She really is taking care of business with Sherry Martel. And here she comes. They're getting together. Dundee with Coco and Sherry Martel with Candy Devine.
6 minutes gone in this fall.
Out of the ring goes Sherry Martel, Candy Devine, and Dundee. Woo! Stomping away on Coco.
Coco and Dundee in here again. Sherry Martel from outside. Grabbing Coco.
You see that? Candy was coming after to break in. And, pardon me, Dundee hit her and intercepted her in there. Now it's back down to normal. Dundee twisting that arm of Coco Ware.
All of them over in the corner there. Sherry Martel now goes back to her corner, as does Candy Devine. Now Martel back down the apron, holding Coco Ware. Dundee kicking him in the midsection. Coco into the turnbuckle. Dundee came after him, and Coco got him with a foot.
Wow, look at him go.
Tag made, and here comes Candy Devine and Sherry Martel.
Look at that Devine go.
Candy with the advantage here. Coco.
Together are popping. Our blazed trails, found Indian camps, discovered gold. Darn sure never found car and truck values as good as these here Pat Patterson Nissan. You know my old pal Pat, he's been famous for his straight shooting deals since all the way back in '51. Now he's heading into the '86 model year, and he'll save you a fistful of dollars. So if you're scouting around for the best buy, the trail ends right here at Pat Patterson Nissan.
Don't take it out on your battery. Tune up for fast starts at Expert Tune. Your engine is computer analyzed and expertly tuned by certified mechanics you can talk to. A 30-minute guaranteed tune-up at Expert Tune costs less than the new battery. Expert Tune. For starters.
It's your kind of day. Today at Fleming's exciting fall preview from 8 this morning till 8 tonight, it's 33% off all furniture. We're showing off our new fall goods with spectacular across-the-board savings on Tennessee's largest selection of famous name furniture, all 33% off. Save your holiday cash with no payments till next year. Come early before all the big games or come late. We're open 8 to 8 with the most exciting day of the young fall. Remember, 33% off all furniture today, 8 to 8, no payments till next year. That's your kind of day today at Fleming's.
Come on, everybody, catch your old favorites up to some new tricks on Mad Movies tonight at midnight on TV5.
I could just open a window and jump out. The second that I open a second window and throw you out, too.
Hemptown ladies, sing this song.
Stop
Doo-dah,
it.
doo-dah.
You thinking about it gets me so darn mad I could spit.
Oh, bullseye.
Stay awake for Mad Movies tonight at midnight on TV5.
I'm as happy as Anson Williams.
As we cut away there, action still going on, and let me briefly recap what happened while we were away. The match is over, and the winners of it are Bill Dundee and Sherry Mantell. The superstar, the masked superstar, superstar number 2, if you will, came in here and grabbed Coco Ware down here on the floor. Dundee slugged Candy Devine. Sherry Martell got the pin, and so they are the ones whose hands are raised, Bill Dundee and Sherry Martell. We are going to try to have a second fall if we have time for it coming up here.
I don't know whether we have any tape on that Dundee hitting her or not, but I got to tell you, yeah, Tom Pritchard and Pat Rhodes out here. Wait just a minute. Let me get around here.
Now, first of all, the bell saved you twice, Armstrongs. Now we got a no time limit. We're going to take you little boys. We're going to run you up to the top of the Mid-South Coliseum. I'm going to knock you back down. I'm going to jump on you, and I'm going to beat you just like your old man did. Okay? Just like your old man did when you were little, right? Whipping you around with a belt. I'm going to do it. All right? Now, you come on down to the Mid-South Coliseum, and I'm going to kick your butt, and Tom's going to kick your butt. Now, Tom has something to say about a little super kick, okay?
That's right. I want to get one thing straight before we go any further. I patented the super kick of professional wrestling. I've been using a roundhouse kick, and then I went to my back kick, side kick. And let me tell you one thing, Scott and Steve Armstrong, especially you little weasel, Scott Armstrong. Nobody, and I mean nobody, and you don't call me a wimp, and nobody around here is going to call me a wimp. I'm the man that got the super kick here. I'm the man that's going to keep it here. And if you want to use it, I'm going to show you the right way to use it. I'm going to show you just how it feels up beside your head. So bring it on, Armstrong. You ran from us twice. This time there's no running. We're going to put your shoulders down on the mat. 1, 2, 3, baby. That's it.
You'll be glad to know that the Armstrongs are delighted that there's no time limit on this match either. You know, I would kind of look forward to seeing that, Mr. Tom Pritchard, the fact that you two guys having a little sidekick duel right in there, because tell you, Scott Armstrong is not bad at it either, my friend. Son of a gun. That's going to be a doggone good match. Let me get into what's coming up Monday night down there, Dave. 8 o'clock is the time. Tickets on sale all day Monday at the Coliseum, and, of course, Ticketmaster locations today and Monday. You can pick it up, be there at 8, and have a chance to see Coco Ware going against Bota, the Witch Doctor. Be a good single match. Tojo Yamamoto and Jerry Bryan in another single. Then will come that bout that we're talking about, the no time limit, Tom Pritchard, Pat Rose, Scott and Steve Armstrong bout. That'll be a dandy of a tag match. They've had 2 draws, one of 15 minutes, one of 30 minutes. This one will be no time limit. International title match. Phil Hickerson, who regained his title, will be defending against No easy guy, I can tell you this. Remember, Taras Bulba is the one who held the Southern heavyweight title for a brief period of time, so he is certainly a contender challenging Phil Hickerson. Then it'll be Jerry Lawler against Tom Ernesto. That'll be an interesting match, to say the least. Lawler better not take it too lightly. Jerry said he's looking forward to it, going to have fun and all of that. I saw what happened to Hickerson's eyes in an instant. I mean, just in a bat of an eye, when the Stomper got to him with that veil over his eyes. I don't know what Ernesto does, what he's got in store. He makes no bones about it. He's the one that came up with the idea. Lawler better look out for that. And then the final match is going to be the fabulous one, Stan and Steve, and they will be going against two superstars, Bill Superstar Dundee and the Masked Superstar, and an opportunity for the fans to get a chance to prove to Dundee that it's a lot easier said than it is done. And Dundee talking about he could beat the fabulous ones and all of that. It'll be an interesting bout down there, Dave.
That's why they booked the match there, just to see if they can do it.
Exactly the reason why, my friend. What about...
Yeah, we've got, let's see, we're going to check the time here. We're going to try to get a second fall going. Yeah.
Good.
Dundee and Martel back in here, all smiles after getting the win in the first fall here, but the way they did it is Dundee hit Candy Devine.
Here comes Coco Ware and Candy in. And they're bent on getting a little action. They don't care whether there's any bells or anything else. Jerry Martel goes flipping around over by Dundee. Candy Devine hops up to the ring as the referee says, get in, telling Sherry Martel, winners and losers. And here we go. Whatever time we've got left, we'll be packing it up with action.
Well, there was action in the first one, let me tell you. Tag made by Sherry Martel. Dundee steps in and grabs Candy Devine. Here's Coco. Dundee again knocks down Candy Devine.
Real gentleman.
Coco with a right hand.
Candy Devine getting a couple of shots in there.
Yes, indeed. Don't blame her.
I don't either.
Now Coco holding up Dundee. He's going to try to hold him there for Candy to take a shot at him.
Dundee with a front face lock on Coco, and Coco converts it. Wheel that arm up and now goes for the head of Bill Dundee.
Coco dropping down on that left arm. Dundee, right fist. Coco answers. Got a slugging match going here. Coco with the right hand. Dundee staggered back to the corner. Coco came in there after him, and Bill Dundee with the boot got Coco. Only a couple of minutes left in the time limit. Dundee makes a tag. Sherry Martel has to come in. Sherry flipped over the ropes by Candy Devine. Candy slingshots her across the ring. Into Bill Dundee this time, who's coming in.
She fired him right and hit Dundee as he was coming.
2 count is all she got. Thought maybe she had the 3 count to even this one up, but it was only a 2 count.
I think Dundee threw her off of it is what I really think happened. Coco comes in. It'll be Bill Dundee.
Coco and Dundee back at it here. Just about a minute left in the time limit. Then we'll have to ring the bell. bounced off his fingers. Didn't work out that way. Coco with a cover. Down to one. That's it. Just a one count. Now we're at the 1 minute mark exactly. Coco.
That's 1 minute till we got to get out of here, and I don't want to ring the bell a second sooner.
We will absolutely let it go as long as we can.
Time running out. Now what a scrap this has been, this mixed man and ladies. They tie it up, and our time limit is up right now. That's it. That's all the time, Jerry. We're going to have to get out of here. Davey, we really don't have time to do much more than just say we'll see everybody again next week at the same time for championship wrestling. Be looking for you down at the Coliseum, and until that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this